Holy Wednesday. Holy Wednesday was the day in Jesus' life where, at least in the story of Jesus' life, where we find Judas. Judas, you remember, Judas Iscariot was one of Jesus' 12 disciples. And in Matthew's gospel, in the 26th chapter, it tells us that Judas made his way to the religious leaders. Judas knew that they were looking for a way to get to Jesus, and so Judas was going to try to expedite it. Now, some people think that Judas was a bad guy or that he had ill intent to Jesus. I don't think that at all. I do think that Judas misunderstood Jesus. And Jesus kept talking about this new kingdom that was coming, and Judas just didn't get it. And he just wanted, I think, to hasten it. And so what he thought, well, if I bring Jesus before the authorities, that, it'll hit the accelerator on this thing. And so he goes to them and he says, what would it take to betray Jesus? Now, I also always wondered, why is it that the authorities didn't just go get Jesus? Well, they needed Jesus to be alone. And not many people knew when Jesus would be alone, but Judas did. So they gave him 30 pieces of silver to betray his Lord. I think about that sometimes, and I think 30 pieces of silver, that's it. But then I wonder about myself, and I think, well, how often have I given away something that I think is really valuable for something that isn't lasting, that won't be around, that doesn't really matter in the end? When I hear Judas' story, it's what causes me to think about myself. We're making our way to the cross. We're getting closer. We hope that you'll continue to join us this week. Thank you for joining us today as we reflect on the life of Jesus.